Greetings of the day. I, Asha K, Assistant Professor, Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering, Sai Vidya Institute of Technology. In today's class, going to present DSP algorithm and architecture concepts. The topics covered in today's class are speed issues, hardware architecture, parallelism, and pipelining. Speed issues. DSP architecture includes features that facilitate high speed of operations and large throughputs. The features are possible due to advances in very large scale integrated circuit technologies. Hardware architecture or Harvard architecture is used with DSP processors. To increase the speed, we use two concepts. One is parallelism and the second one is pipelining. Hardware architecture. Functions such as multiplication, scaling, loops and repeats instructions and special addressing modes such as circular addressing and bit reversed addressing are required for signal processing algorithms. Multiple external memories require multiple buses external to the DSP processor. By providing the on-chip memories and instruction cache, program execution speed can be increased. The other two techniques used to increase the speed of the DSP architecture and processor are parallelism and pipelining. Next we will learn what is called as parallelism in DSP architecture. It is defined as several things. Parallelism means doing many things together simultaneously. Many functional units used to perform the operations in parallel. Parallelism requires the complex hardware to control the DSP units. The controller is hardwired rather than microprogrammed in order to ensure the high speed of operation in the DSP architecture. The hardware is designed such that data and the memory required should be fetched simultaneously. Hence, we'll be having here a separate data memory and a separate program memory. Parallelism. The example of parallelism that we are going to learn here is discussed in this presentation. An ideal parallelism in the DSP architecture with regard to the MAC operation, that is multiply and accumulate operation, we are going to consider the following operations in a single clock cycle. Fetch the instruction and multiple data required for the computation. Shift the data as they are fetched in order to accomplish scaling operation. Carry out a multiplication operation on the fetched data. Add product to the previously computed result in the accumulator. Save the accumulator content in the memory storage if required and compute the new address for the instruction and data required for the next operation. The general example of equation that requires MAC operations is shown here. Let us consider an example of calculating the convolution of x of n into h of n. Summation k is equal to minus infinity to infinity x of k into h of n minus k can be computed by using the following operations in a single clock cycle. Pipelining. We are going to learn the concept of pipelining in DSP architecture and algorithm. Pipelining is the architectural feature to increase the speed of the DSP algorithm. Instruction to be fetched is broken into number of steps. A separate unit of these performs the first step on the current instruction. The second will be performing the second step on the previous instruction and third unit will be performing the third step on the instruction prior to that, etc. It continues. Let us consider an example of pipelining. The execution of an instruction can be broken into 5 steps. Step 1 involves the instruction fetching. Second step involves instruction decoding. Operand fetch will be the step 3. Execute will be the step 4 of the pipelining operation. Step 5 is to save the result after performing all the operation. This is an example of pipelining in case of DSP architecture. Let us now discuss about an example of pipelining. We'll be having 5 different steps in the pipelining as discussed in the previous slide: instruction fetch, instruction decode, operand fetch, execute and save. Say for example, for the time slot T0, instruction 1 will be fetched first. At time slot T1, instruction 1 is decoded, whereas the instruction 2 is simultaneously fetched. Similarly, at the time slot T2, instruction 3 started fetching, instruction 2 is decoded, and instruction 1 will be operand fetch operation. Similarly, at T4, what is happening? Instruction 4 is fetched, instruction 3 is decoded, instruction 2 is fetched, operand fetched, and instruction 1 is executed. At the time slot T4, simultaneously instruction 1 is execution completed and the result is saved, whereas instruction 2 is executed and instruction 3 is operand fetch, whereas instruction 4 in the process of instruction decode, and instruction 5 is in the first step, that is instruction fetch. Similarly, this process continues. This process of continuing different steps in the same time interval is called as pipelining. The next topic that we are going to discuss here is system level parallelism and pipelining. Implementation of 8-tap FIR filter using parallelism and pipelining is discussed in this session. Consider an 8-tap or 8 coefficient FIR filter, finite impulse response filter, with the equation given below. That is, y of n is equal to summation I is equal to 0 to 7 h of I into x of n minus I. For this, now we are going to implement this by using single, multiply and accumulate operation and with parallelism and pipelining concept also. The first concept that we are discussing here is implementation of 8-tap FIR filter using single MAC unit. Here each input sample is delayed from the previous sample by 8t, where t is the time taken by the multiplier and accumulator to compute the one product term and add it to the previously accumulated sum in the accumulator. The multiplexer is used to input the samples and filter coefficient to the multiplier. Each product term generated is added to the previously accumulated content in the MAC unit. After all the MAC units contents are accumulated, the sampling rate of this single MAC FIR filter implementation can handle here is 1 divided by 8t. The figure shows the single MAC implementation of an 8-tap FIR filter. The output of the FIR filter, that is y of n, is equal to first multiplication h of 0 into x of n. Similarly, the next sample multiplied here, it is h of 1 into x of n minus 1. This process continues and it ends at the value h of 7 into x of n minus 7. Hence, the sampling rate of this single MAC implementation is 1 divided by 8t. Let us now discuss about the pipelining implementation of 8-tap FIR filter using 8 multipliers and 8 adders. It is used to speed up the operation compared to single MAC implementation. Here each multiplier computes one product term and passes it on to the corresponding accumulator, which in turn adds to the previous accumulator content. Since all multipliers and accumulator works all the time, a new output sample is generated once every t units of time, where t is the time required by the multiplier and accumulator to compute one product term added to the sum passed from the previous stage of the pipeline. This filter implementation works 8 times faster than the simple 1 MAC implementation. The figure shows the pipelining implementation of 8-tap FIR filter using 8 multipliers and 8 different accumulators. X of n is the input sample, whereas h of 0 to h of 7 are the filter coefficients. Here, the y of n output is written as x of n into h of 0 plus x of n minus 1 into h of 1 plus x of n minus 2 into h of 2. This continues. The last sample that we will be having here, it is x of n minus 7 into h of 7. So, since we have here 8 MAC units, it works 8 times faster than the single MAC implementation. Let us discuss about the another implementation of 8-tap FIR filter using 2 MAC units. The operation used here is parallelism. It is also called as parallel implementation using 2 MAC units. This implementation uses 2 MAC units and an adder at the output. Each MAC unit computes 4 of 8 product terms. The input samples, that is x of n, and the filter coefficient, that is your h of n, are fed to the MAC using multiplexers that are controlled such that the correct combination of the samples and the corresponding filter coefficients are fed to the 2 MACs at a given time, where t is the time units required to compute one pair of products and add them to the previously accumulated sum in the MAC unit. It will require 4 t units of time to generate the final output by adding the output of the 2 MAC units. The speed of this implementation is 2 times that of the single MAC implementation. Let us now observe the parallel implementation of 8-tap FIR filter using 2 MAC unit. The first MAC unit, the input samples given are x of n minus 1, x of n minus 2, x of n minus 3, whereas the filter coefficients are h of 0, h of 1, h of 2 and h of 3. The operation multiplication and accumulation is performed by using MAC unit 1. Similarly, the remaining samples x of n minus 4, x of n minus 5, x of n minus 6 and x of n minus 7 are fed to the multiplexer, and that will be one of the input to the MAC unit 2. The other input to the MAC unit 2 are h of 4, h of 5, h of 6, h of 7 filter coefficients. The same computation of y of n, that is the first sample x of n into h of 0 plus the second one x of n minus 1 into h of 1, the third one x of n minus 2 into h of 2, the fourth one x of n minus 3 into h of 3, the fifth term x of n minus 4 into h of 4 plus x of n minus 5 into h of 5 plus x of n minus 6 into h of 6. The last term x of n minus 7 into h of 7 is computed by using parallel implementation. The speed of this implementation is 2 times that of the single MAC implementation. The summary of different implementation of 8-tap FIR filter is discussed here. That is the performance analysis of single MAC, pipelined implementation, and also using parallel, that is 2 MAC implementation, is given here. The maximum sample rate with 1 MAC is 1 divided by 80, whereas in case of pipelined using 8 MACs is 1 divided by T, whereas parallel based 2 MAC implementation, here it is 1 divided by 40. An 8 tap FIR filter maximum throughput is given here. For single MAC implementation, one sample in 8T units of time is the throughput, whereas for pipelined implementation, one sample in T units of time. Whereas by using parallelism, using 2 MAC units, one sample in 4T units of time, where T is the MAC time. Now discuss about the features for external interfacing. DSP devices are able to communicate with the real world. The outside world provides signals to be processed and receive the processor signals. The peripherals includes interrupts, direct memory access, serial input output, and also parallel input output. Along with the above peripherals, DSP processors also requires analog to digital conversions and digital to analog conversion units for conversion of analog data to digital and digital data to analog. From signal interfacing viewpoint, DSP devices are capable of handling serial and parallel signal converters. All these features requires the presence of an appropriate address bus, data bus and control signals to set up the interfaces with the peripherals. Timers are also required for implementing event at regular intervals such as initiating A to D converters to start the conversion. Thank you.